Hello, hello, it's Anne-Sophie Dumetz of AnneSophieDumetz.com, also founder of She's a Changemaker. And I will just see if anybody's going to join me live, so let's just give it a minute here. But for those of you who are here watching either live or replay, I wanted to talk about 3 little tiny small habits. Say hey, tell me where you're popping in from when you come in, that I'm doing right now, that are changing my life right now, that are really simple, not hard. You just got to do them every single day. And this is the thing. I want to lead with this. If you want it all, you got to ask yourself, are you giving your life your all? Are you giving your all, right? And so for the last lots of years, there's lots and lots of times I've thought, I want it all. I want more, I want more, I want more. But was I give it my all? Some days, not consistently. So 3 things I've done to align to the change maker inside of me. And, in the business world, we talk about alignment. We talk about, align your inside and your outside and your soul and your marketing, blah, blah, blah. Yes, absolutely. But how do you do it? And it really has to do with becoming the person you're meant to be. It has to be becoming your change maker self. Change maker for me is the person who's going to make a big difference in her world, but also it's got to start with your own life. So for me, biggest 3 small habits that have made the biggest difference. And why those? And those might be different for you, but they might work too. And they're not hard, not complicated, don't take a lot of time. Hey, Michelle, nice to see you. So over the summer, I did this process, this breakthrough challenge with a dude who's awesome. His name's Ellsworth. And in that challenge, I identified a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to become and wanted to do, and dwindled it down to one core breakthrough habit, one thing I really, really wanted to be doing every single day for the rest of my life, have the results for the rest of my life. And I've known this forever, probably since I was 12. And for me, that one habit had to do with hearing my own voice, hearing my own thoughts, having space to hear my heart, to align that inside and that outside. And it has to do with pen and paper. And it's freaking cheap. And that habit, my friends, is journaling. Like the revolutionary act of journaling. And to be honest, when I look back at my life, when I was in my 20s, I quit basically like 18 years of awkward years by moving to France, left university, moved to France. I traveled and I journaled every day. And during that time is when I lost 50 pounds in about 2.5 months by the magic of becoming happy and hearing my own voice. True story. I'll have to tell it better some point, but that's the first habit, tiny habit. So now my commitment is every single day. I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is I journal. I go to bed, last thing I do is I journal. I journal twice a day. It took me, I've journaled more in the last few months than I have in years. And as a result, I feel successful. At sticking to the commitment. So that might be one habit that will work for you to help you hear your voice. That's habit number 1. Number 2, committing to a workout routine I can really do. Why? If I want to have it all, if I want to give life my all, if I want to be the best that I can be for myself, for my kids, the people in my world, I got to have energy, which means I have to generate that energy, which means I need a happy, healthy body. But mostly, you know what? I'm actually on my way to the kickboxing gym right now. It's awesome for my brain, more than the body. My brain really enjoys having this challenging workout that shows me every single time that if I put my mind to it, I can do it. And it might be the same for you. So, I started out with 30 minutes 3 times a week, really small, but sticking to it is the commitment. And, what's helping me really become that change for myself is remembering, what would my change maker self do? What would she do? Honestly, future me, she would just show up and stop talking about it. She wouldn't waffle. She would just do it. So I'm applying that mindset every day as much as possible. And it's working. So I didn't go work out this morning because I have a big cold, but I'm going tonight. So yeah. Brenda's saying, just finished working out, feel great. Fuel for the tank. Absolutely, right? You wouldn't leave your house without charging your phone. So why should we leave our, for the day or to do anything without recharging our bodies, right? So that can be journaling, meditating, and working out. That's super important, having good soul and physical fuel. So what's the 3rd habit that I'm currently working on? So I started this habit back on Friday. And I've always said, you know what, like the more magic happens in the morning. For me, that's where the magic happens. And I've always wanted to have more time in the morning and blah, blah, blah. You know, I've talked about it, dreamt about it. And I said like probably 10 times, I said, maybe I should just start working on Eastern time. I live on Pacific. And so that's the habit. Friday, I got up for the first time at 4 o'clock. Woo, super early. So got up at 4 on the weekend. I got up at like 6, so it's not super early. And then this morning and the last few days I've been getting up at 5. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to be getting up earlier than that, but the point of getting up early is because I wanted to carve out extra time in my day that is really just for me. And I've been using it to journal, sit, meditate, to envision, to be like super slow and have breakfast and a massive cup of coffee. You know, so but those are 3 small habits. They're small, right? But the key is actually to consistently be doing it. And the key is remembering, you know, the changemaker version of you, of me, for me in this case, is she's showing up every fucking day to her life. I want a lot out of life. I want to experience a lot, give a lot, be my best for myself and everyone else. Therefore, it requires committing to these kinds of changes. You know, it takes time to get to this point, but you can't do it. And I sometimes I've heard myself say, you can't do it. But it really is just start. You know, so I'll give you one simple trick. If you want to start getting up early or winning at your morning, doesn't happen in the morning. Winning at your morning by, you know, getting up to go to the gym and journaling and getting up early happens at night. This is it. You got to plan your morning the night before. So I take out my clothes, workout clothes, my journal. I think about what I'm going to have for breakfast, what will be the first things that I'll do. I'll plan that out. I don't write it on anything, but I basically know what's going to happen so that when I get up, I don't have to make that decision. It's just what I do. I just get up early, do my thing, and start to change my life from the morning onwards. And to be honest, so since I've been doing this, even though I have a cold, I still feel more successful because I've accomplished more. So what are we, Wednesday, I think? Okay, so we're like 3rd day of the week. I've done pretty much a whole week's worth of work this week already because I've changed who I am by taking those small actions. So I wanted to share this just to show you, it's not hard, it's not complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated to change your life, but it really starts by figuring out those micro habits and actually just picking one at a time. So if you're tuning in now or watching the replay, you'll notice that I worked on first journaling and then I worked on the gym. So I probably did journaling as my core habit for about a month. And then after that, been doing the gym for about a month. Now I'm working on getting up early. I don't know what the next one will be, but there's going to be more. And, you know, back in, I think it was January 2015, I had this brand spanking new, beautiful journal. And I journaled, you know, about my future self. What does she eat? What does she think? What does she want? Who's she hanging out with? How is she spending her free time? All that stuff. And one of the things that was funny is I had put kombucha on the list and totally forgot about it. And now I brew my own kombucha, you know, so those things start to happen, and it is really, you know, so that it's not overwhelming. Pick one thing and just focus on it for a while. Just get successful at it, and, you know, keep a calendar, put an X on it every time you do it, right? So it's about stacking those micro moments and micro choices of success, and that really makes the biggest difference in becoming the person you're meant to be, so that you can do what you're here to do, which is, you know, you want to have it all, whatever that all means to you, that version of success and freedom means to you, then give yourself the freedom to show up all in to every day, every moment, every choice. And, you know, maybe you won't win at every single one, but your intention is going to be to win at all of them. Be your own success story. Be a legend. And actually, that's a quote I found today from Calamity Jane, which was, you know, if a girl decides that she wants to become a legend, then awesome. I don't remember the exact quote, but yeah, I think we can become our own legends, become our own change. It really starts like that. One choice, one word, one moment at a time. It is about becoming your change from the heart in. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. And if you're watching the replay or live, you know, you can always share this stream with people who are in your life who might appreciate some of the tips that I was sharing. And, you know, you can find more about me on Anne-SophieDumets.com, some of the work that I'm doing with women who are change makers. And a lot of this work, yes, it's about, you know, your message, your story, your marketing. Nice to see you too, Michelle. And it's about all of that, but it really is about becoming the people we're meant to be, like coming home to our true selves. My entrepreneurship journey started because my daughter said, what can I be when I grow up? And I answered what every parent will answer, which was, well, you can be anything you want. And I looked at my life and I wasn't everything I wanted. I wasn't bold and brave and verbal about what I wanted to share. And, I just wasn't that. And I didn't want to be somebody who talked but didn't walk. So for me, the journey of entrepreneurship has been about coming home to who I'm meant to be and the person that has always been in my life. I'm not always her, but I make that intention and decision every day to work at it. Thanks for the hearts. And, it's a commitment because I want my daughter to be, and my son, I want my kids and anyone around me to feel inspired by just being in my presence. And I want to be inspired by me. And this is the cool thing. Since I've done those shifts, it's been about 4 years since I left my corporate job. Since I've done those shifts, so 4 years ago, I could not stand in the mirror and look at myself and just say, I love you, I love you, I love you. I couldn't do it without looking away or without, not feeling good about it. But I can do that now. And it's really been this journey of coming home to acceptance and finding that act of actually loving yourself. So, loving yourself looks like a lot of different things, but I think for a lot of women who are ambitious and smart and just want to get a lot out of life, you really do have to give it your all at those small, tiny habits. Like in this case, I talked about journaling, committing to some kind of a movement routine, whether it's, doing yin yoga at home or anything else, whatever that is. And thirdly, if you need more space in your life, then how can you create that space? So it's important to create those small micro shifts that feel good to your soul every single day, that feel good to your body and showing up more. There is time, there is space. And the added bonus of that is the more you create those opportunities for yourself, you're going to shift the mindset of I do have enough. Look at everything that I am able to do and accomplish. And so it starts to shift the energy in your life and put you in that space of true success, true happiness, true joy, true freedom. And that vibe, that energy, it shifts everything. It shifts the people around you too. They'll become happier as well. So, right now, I'm walking to the gym, it's supper time, and there's a little piece of me that was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be around for my kids for supper. But you know what? It's okay. My husband's got it. I'm good. I've got things covered. I can go take care of myself. And I'm just going to, when I come back, there's just going to be more of me to be with them as well. So, to get back to the topic of this live, 3 tiny habits to change your life. Pick one to start with. One. Honestly, don't be overzealous, overambitious about this. Really pick one, focus on it for several weeks, a month, until you've got it cased. You're showing up. You've got to get past the 3 and the 7 day mark for sure. Absolutely. And then go beyond that. And then once you feel like, yeah, you know what? I've got this. It's who I am. It's what I do. No big deal. I'm a journaler and that's what I do. Then move on to the next. Then stack, add the success. So thank you so much for showing up here. Again, you can check out my site, Anne-Sophie I work with women who are change makers, help them become more of the women that they are meant to be, women who have always felt called that they have a voice that matters, they want to make an impact, whether that's a local or global impact. So it's really about coming home to yourself, becoming the woman you're meant to be, so you can do the thing that you feel you need to do, that you feel like you're meant to do. I know my soul won't let me quit until I'm done doing the work that I'm here to do. So I got to show up. And it really does start at 5 o'clock in the morning for me every single day, moving forward. And, one last thing about the habit you choose, make sure that you want the results of it. Make sure it's something you can stick to it, that you're not going to, sabotage it 8 days in because you're I don't actually want this. Choose wisely. All right, on that note, I'm going to go put on the boxing gloves and hit the kickboxing gym. But I hope this has inspired you, and feel free to share the live. Hey, Bruce, I'm about to pop off, but nice to see you. So feel free to share the video, everybody, and you can find me at Anne-Sophie And if you're one of the women change makers who are meant to be in my tribe, join also my Facebook group, which is called She's a Changemaker. And I hope that you are inspired to change one habit. Let me know which one you choose. I'd love to hear that in the comments. All right, see y'all later.